There isn't much I can use to rectify Rob Lowe's chart, but I'll give it my best shot. What I get is he comes up Aquarius rising. If so, that puts his ruler conjunct Pluto in the 7th. And what a powerhouse Uranus conjunct Pluto is. In the 7th of popularity, that would make a lot of sense in Rob's life, as he had a huge impact when he arrived on the scene at around 18, when everyone was telling him how good-looking he was. Now, even if you've never seen Rob Lowe in the movies or television, you probably know his name and you probably know what he looks like. He's pretty much an extrovert because you can see he gives really good eye contact.
And you were there without...
I was.
With another girl.
I was.
Yes.
I was.
Yes. Now where... Exactly. Where was Melissa?
You know, I prepared for this.
Sure. Don't you think it's stupid if you're going with someone to go to Spago with another girl? Don't you think it's,
It was not bright.
No.
It was not me at my best, okay?
Okay.
And what happened, no, really, this girl is going to be in my next film. And...
Did you decide that evening?
Later on.
With his ruler conjunct Pluto in Virgo, he would have Virgo traits. Virgo is a clean-cut, nicely groomed sign. They do not tend toward tattoos or body piercings. They have the clean, well-scrubbed look, often sporting a nice haircut. Rob Lowe has that boy-next-door look with a sparkle in his eyes. His career was going swimmingly until that fateful day during the Democratic convention. The reason 24-year-old Rob was in Georgia, that he happened upon a nightclub called Club Rio, where he met two women, Tara Siebert, 23, and Jan Parsons, 16. They were all taping each other having sex. Tara made off with the tape. She tried to blackmail Lowe by calling one of his people, saying she had the tape, but getting no response or reaction, she made copies and leaked the tape to the media.
Picked up two girls while in Atlanta attending the Democratic National Convention in the summer of 1988 and videotaped them having sex with each other. One of those girls turned out to be 16 years old, and her mother filed a civil suit against Lowe.
Now, as it turns out, there was a section of tape right before the Georgia incident where Rob Lowe and a male friend were recording themselves taking turns having sex with a model in Paris. This footage was first leaked, possibly saving Tara Siebert the embarrassment of being on the tape. But later, the Georgia footage was leaked as well.
Well, even more embarrassingly, additional tape of Lowe having sex with a model in a Paris hotel room, footage shot before the Atlanta incident, began turning up in video stores.
It turns out the guy in that video is named Justin, and he and Rob were taking turns at hooking up with a woman, an American model named Jennifer. That part of the tape was ultimately sold as the first commercially available celebrity sex tape, which really damaged Rob's career.
Around this time, he was going to work on a film called Bad Influence.
After the convention, Rob went back to Hollywood to shoot his next film, Bad Influence, with James Spader. Ironically, in the film, Lowe tricks Spader into filming a sex act with a woman other than his fiancée.
Which is probably where he got the idea of videotaping his own sexcapades in the first place. Oftentimes, the succeeding fantasy has to outdo the last. First, he tapes conventional sex with a Parisian model. The very next day, he's doing the Georgia orgy. But the tape scandal put a stop to all that. This came as a shock to his fans, as they were not expecting this out of Rob Lowe, that clean-cut, fresh-faced guy next door.
Rob's world of fortune and fame came crashing down.
I think mothers were a little let down, and his female fans were, disgusted and outraged.
It did not play well. It was incredibly embarrassing. There was real reason to believe that it would destroy his career.
Hollywood wanted nothing to do with him for a solid 2 years. And these are two of his prime years because he's still in his 20s. A lot of people figured this was the end of his career, and he himself was in the dark about this as well. Rob Lowe was able to make a comeback after the dust settled. I mean, who makes a comeback at 26? He became a reluctant trendsetter, having been the first to have a sex tape leaked out. After that, Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian, and just about anyone who wanted publicity and relevancy was leaking his own sex tape, until it's gotten so old, nobody really seems to care anymore. Rob Lowe said this incident changed his life.
The year, I mean, but you know what? I'd say I have nobody to blame but myself. You know, I really don't. And you got to accept responsibility for what you do.
But he was still embroiled in the other two Hollywood trappings, drugs and alcohol. That harrowing, career-threatening experience, of course, is enough to drive anyone to drink. When he met his future wife, Cheryl Burkhoff, whom he was strongly attracted to, she wanted to break it off because she didn't want an alcoholic in her life. That straightened up Rob right quick, and he went to rehab and has been sober ever since. The couple married a year later and started having kids right away. And he has led a rather conventional life ever since. He has been rewarded handsomely for going down the straight and narrow. He's had longevity to his career, still working at the time of this recording, had the opportunity to do what fulfills him in life and get paid for it. He supported his family, paid for his son's college education, and because of him, they all live quite comfortably. You can't do much better than that.
It's one of the reasons why I got sober. You know, it's like I like woke up one day and was like, what am I doing with my life? And I'm, 29 years in, I don't, like, people talk about, I think it's the best thing that ever happened to me. Honestly, I do, because got me sober got me married. Been married 29 years and I have 2 great sons. I don't think any of that happens without going through that scandal.
Perhaps the lesson Rob Lowe needed to learn was that of values. That's all I got. See you in the next video.